Here's why a woman pushes you away when she wants you most. Modern Stoic. The greatest relationships are not those without struggle, but those where two people choose each other even when fear tries to pull them apart. Have you ever noticed that just when things start to feel close with a woman, she suddenly creates distance? It can feel like she's pulling away right when the connection should be getting stronger. Most men misread this moment. They assume she's losing interest, but in reality, the opposite is often true. She pushes you away because she wants you more than she's ready to admit. That desire makes her vulnerable, and vulnerability can feel terrifying, especially if she's been hurt before. Instead of leaning into closeness, she instinctively pulls back to protect herself. This isn't a matter of logic, it's raw emotion. She wants you, but she's also afraid of what that desire might mean for her independence, her heart, and her sense of control. Here's the truth: when a woman distances herself, it's not always a rejection. Many times, it's a reflection of just how much she feels. She's wrestling not only with you, but with her own emotions, testing her courage, her trust, and her willingness to let someone in. Men often mistake her retreat as the end of something, when in fact, it can be the sign of a deeper beginning. The very act of pulling away can reveal that she's right on the edge of opening her heart. In this channel, we'll break down these dynamics with clarity and simplicity. If you've ever been left confused by mixed signals, you'll see that what seems like contradiction is often proof of connection. 1. Her fear of losing control. When a woman pushes you away at the very moment she wants you most, don't rush to take it as rejection. That's the first mistake men make. What's really happening isn't about you screwing something up. It's about her internal war, her fear of losing control. Women are often taught, both openly and silently, that surrendering to their emotions too quickly is dangerous. Dangerous because it opens them up to heartbreak, abandonment, or being taken for granted. So when she feels her attraction building, she doesn't lean forward, she slams the brakes. That's why one moment she's soft, craving your touch, and the next she's cold, distant, and almost untouchable. The contradiction confuses you because you're thinking in straight lines attraction means closeness. But to her, attraction means vulnerability, and vulnerability feels like weakness. That is why her emotions pull her forward while her fear drags her back. She isn't pushing you away because she doesn't want you. She's pushing because she does. The more she desires you, the more terrified she feels of losing control. It's her way of regaining a sense of power when her heart threatens to overthrow her logic. Don't confuse that pushback with rejection. It's a defense mechanism, plain and simple. Men often get this wrong. They either chase harder or retreat too fast. Both ruin the moment. Chase harder and you prove her fears right. You're overwhelming, she's drowning, and now she needs to fight harder for control. Walk away too quickly and you confirm her nightmare, abandonment. That double bind is where most men lose. Your task, if you call yourself a modern Stoic, is not to panic. Be calm, be steady, hold the line. Her behavior is not a verdict, it's her battle with trust. At her core, falling deeply for a man isn't just excitement, it's surrender. If she doesn't feel safe, her heart slams the door even while her body leans against it, aching to be let in. And here's the paradox that drives men crazy: the stronger her desire, the stronger her fear. That's why at the peak of wanting you, she pushes hardest. Don't miss that signal. Don't be fooled into thinking distance means disinterest. The woman who doesn't care won't bother with push-pull games, she'll simply drift away. The one who fights herself over you is the one who feels deeply. That is your clue. Don't rush to fix her feelings. Don't try to chase them down. Your role is to embody steadiness, to give her space to wrestle with her fear without making her feel cornered. That's how you transform her pushback into her pull toward you. This is where the blessing of Stoicism becomes a weapon for men. Be the old Stoic who knew that control of self was greater than control of others. Don't react with panic. Don't collapse into neediness. Don't walk away in wounded pride. Instead, stand firm, unshaken, unpressured. In that calm presence, she'll find her safety. In that steadiness, her fear of losing control will soften into trust. And in trust, she'll let go. Not because you forced her, but because she chose to. Remember, the essence of Stoicism isn't cold detachment, it's strong composure in the storm. When you embody that, her push no longer feels like rejection. It becomes the very path through which she draws closer. And that, my friend, is the art of the modern Stoic in love. 2. Testing your strength. When a woman pulls away, even though she still likes you, don't panic. Don't assume she's lost interest. Don't fool yourself into thinking she's playing games with your emotions. Most of the time, she doesn't even realize she's doing it. It's not some clever manipulation, it's instinct. She's testing your strength. Not your muscles, not your bank account, but your inner strength. Your ability to stay grounded when things feel uncertain. Women, by nature, want to know if the man they're investing in can withstand pressure, uncertainty, and emotional turbulence. And nothing exposes a man's true nature faster than how he reacts when she suddenly shifts her energy. The silent test. Here's what you must understand. Attraction isn't built solely on being charming, handsome, or funny. Those are surface-level sparks. Real, lasting attraction depends on whether she feels safe in your presence. That sense of safety doesn't come from making promises or constantly reassuring her through texts and calls. It comes from how you carry yourself when she pulls away. Picture this: she withdraws, creates some space, maybe goes quiet. You feel the void, your chest tightens. And right in that silence, that's the test. She's watching, not with her head, but with her heart. Two types of men. One man panic. His world falls apart. He sends 5 texts in a row. He demands answers. He acts as though she's oxygen and he can't breathe without her. And in that moment, her attraction drops. Not because she doesn't like him, but because he just showed her that he can't control his emotions. A man who can't manage his emotions makes her feel unsafe. The other man, he stays centered. He breathes. He doesn't chase. He doesn't beg. He keeps living his life, focused, steady, unshaken. He exudes calm confidence. I want you, but I don't need you. Women respect that man. They admire him, because his calmness reassures them that investing in him won't lead to regret. A Stoic perspective. This is where the blessing of Stoicism truly shines. A Stoic life teaches you that you can't control her moods, her silence, or her pulling away. You can only control yourself, your thoughts, your actions, your frame. And that, my friend, is freedom. Remember Marcus Aurelius. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. That's a Stoic lesson worth carrying with you. When she pulls away, she's not rejecting you. She's giving you the chance to prove that you are the man who remains grounded in chaos. Why this matters. A woman wants to know, will you crumble when tested, or will you rise? She doesn't need you to be perfect. She needs you to be stable. So don't chase. Don't over-explain. Don't fall apart. Be the man who remains steady when the storm hits. That energy is magnetic. That calmness is irresistible. The next time she pulls away, Smile inwardly. Tell yourself this is the moment, this is the test, and I am ready. Because a man who passes this test isn't just attractive, he's unforgettable. And that is the blessing of Stoicism in modern love. If you found this valuable, don't forget to like, comment, and share it with someone who could benefit from this wisdom. Subscribe for more insights to help you grow. Comment to remember I am grounded and secure no matter the circumstance. This statement will remind you that true strength and attraction come from within, and how you handle situations speaks volumes about your value. 3. Emotional reset. When a woman pushes you away even when she desires you the most, it's not always rejection. It's often an emotional reset, a pause, a recalibration of her inner world. Don't misunderstand her silence, don't panic, and don't chase, because pressure destroys the very connection she's trying to preserve. Women live with emotions that rise and crash like waves, powerful, consuming, often overwhelming. And when intensity builds, fear rises alongside it. Fear of moving too fast, fear of being hurt, fear of being wrong. So instead of confessing her doubts, she retreats, she distances, she breathes. And here is where most men fail. They react from insecurity instead of strength. They bombard her with calls, with texts, with demands for clarity, but that only suffocates her. A Stoic man knows better. A man grounded in Stoic principles understands that restraint is power, patience is discipline, and silence can be louder than words. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. That is your instruction. Master your mind, not hers. Master your response, not her retreat. When she pulls back, let her. Give her the gift of space without bitterness, without resentment, without ego. She will return stronger, surer, more committed, because absence awakens longing and distance breeds clarity. If you pressure her, she associates you with suffocation. If you give her room, she associates you with stability. That is victory. That is how you win. Don't see her emotional reset as loss. See it as opportunity to embody the calm center she needs. Don't question, don't chase, don't demand. Stand firm, steady, unshaken. Let her storm pass. Let her come back to the shelter of your strength. That is the man she values, long term. Epictetus declared, "No man is free who is not master of himself." Master yourself. Master your urges. Master the need for constant reassurance. In modern life, men drown in distraction, in instant gratification, in constant validation. But a Stoic knows the truth. Control your impulses, and you control outcomes. Women test men without knowing it. They test whether your foundation is solid or fragile. If you break under her withdrawal, she loses trust. If you remain composed, she feels safe. This is the battlefield of the mind, and only the disciplined prevail. Every time you let her breathe, you prove you are a man who cannot be shaken, a man who cannot be rushed, a man who cannot be manipulated by fear or doubt. That is strength. That is mastery. That is what she will respect forever. So remember this, when she withdraws, it is not the end, it is the reset. It is the moment for you to rise above panic and embody true masculine composure. Hold the line, be the rock, stay unmoved. And when she returns, she will not just like you. She will trust you, respect you, and follow you. That is the essence of Stoic power. That is how you turn her retreat into your triumph. That is how you live, love, and lead as a modern Stoic. 4. Testing your confidence. When a woman suddenly pulls away, don't panic, don't chase, and don't crumble, because 9 times out of 10, it isn't rejection, it's a test. She may not even know she's doing it, But deep down, she wants to know if your confidence is built on solid rock or just cheap plaster that cracks the moment she stops feeding you attention. Men who fail this test show their weakness instantly. They blow up her phone, beg for reassurance, or interrogate her with, "Did I do something wrong?" The moment you do that, you've lost the game, because she sees your strength wasn't real, it was just a mask. Think about it. Everything's going great. She's laughing, texting back fast, maybe even picturing the two of you in the future. Then suddenly, she cools off. Longer replies, canceled plans, or a sudden "I'm busy." That shift isn't the end. It's the trial. And if you're wise enough to live by the blessing of Stoicism, you'll recognize it for what it is, the perfect moment to stand firm, not flinch. Don't let her silence push you into weakness. Don't let her distance pull you out of your rhythm. Be the modern Stoic who holds his ground when the storm blows in. Remember, attraction isn't just about how she feels in your arms. It's about how you carry yourself when she pulls those arms away. She wants to see if you can remain calm when she's unpredictable, if you can stay secure when she introduces uncertainty, if you can hold the line like the old Stoic philosophers who knew that strength is proven under pressure, not in comfort. Don't call, don't guilt trip, don't fill the quiet with needy words. Instead, match her energy. If she's distant, you step back with composure. If she's quiet, you sit in silence without fear. Use that space for yourself, your work, your fitness, your goals, your brothers, your mission. That's not neglect, that's power. Because when she sees you unshaken, when she feels that you're solid and don't need her to glue you together, it stirs something deep inside her. That is the blessing of Stoicism. You stop chasing what runs and start attracting what stays. Women can't resist the man who is unmovable, who embodies the strength she secretly craves, the man who doesn't break when tested. If you pass this test, she'll respect you more, trust you more, and want you more, precisely because you didn't let her game, conscious or not, rattle your core, but fail. React with insecurity, panic, and fear, and she'll lose faith in everything she once felt. You must remember, this isn't manipulation. It's female psychology at its rawest form. She values stability. She longs for the man who is fireproof when she throws sparks, who stands like a mountain when she shakes the ground beneath him. Be that man. Be the modern Stoic who doesn't flinch. The old Stoic reborn. The one who knows his worth is not up for negotiation. Hold the frame. Stay grounded. Stay silent if you must. And watch how her doubt melts into deeper desire. Because nothing is more irresistible than a man who refuses to lose himself when tested. If you find today's content useful to you, don't forget to share your feelings and lessons with her. Or simply comment, "Very cool." It's a great encouragement for our channel makers. Thank you very much. 5. When attraction feels like a risk, don't be fooled. Attraction isn't always a smooth road for a woman. It isn't always roses, wine, and whispered yeses. Sometimes it feels more like walking a tightrope with no net beneath her. For her, attraction can be thrilling, but also dangerous. That is why she may push you away at the very moment she wants you most. Vulnerability feels like exposure. Attraction means more than butterflies in her stomach. It means vulnerability. It means stepping out from behind her shield, leaving herself open to disappointment, betrayal, or abandonment. And the stronger the attraction, the heavier the risk. Think about it. If she's mildly interested, there's no fear. She can text you when it suits her, see you when she's free, and walk away untouched. But if you stir her soul, if you're the man who makes her heartbeat drum like war, then suddenly the ground shifts. Now she has something to lose. That's when the push and pull begins, not because you failed, but because her heart is trembling under the weight of desire and danger colliding. The internal battle. Don't take her distance as rejection. Many times, it's not about you at all. It's about her war within. Desire pulls her forward, but fear yanks her back. She wonders, can I trust him with the raw truth of me? Will he still be here if I let my guard down, or will he disappear once I've given him access to my heart? This is her test, even if she doesn't call it that. She's trying to measure if the man in front of her is steady enough, grounded enough, to weather her storm. Past scars cast long shadows. Don't forget, many women carry invisible scars, memories of betrayal, moments of being undervalued, or years of disappointment. When she feels powerful attraction, those old wounds wake up. It's not that she doesn't want you. She wants you so much that her past warns her. Careful. This could hurt. Your role be the steady one. When she pulls back, don't panic, don't chase, don't crumble into neediness that will only confirm her fears. Be steady, be present, be the calm center of the storm. That is the blessing of Stoicism. The man who lives the Stoic life doesn't get tossed around by sudden changes in her mood. He remains rooted, firm, grounded. Remember, her pullback is not the end. It's an invitation for you to show her that you are not a fleeting spark, but a steady flame. Why this matters? If you hold your ground, patient, confident, unshaken, you reduce the risk in her mind. Slowly, she learns she can open without breaking. She can trust without losing herself. And when that realization dawns on her, the pull she feels toward you becomes unstoppable. This is one of the greatest Stoic lessons in love. You cannot control her fears, but you can control your response. You cannot promise her a world without risk, but you can embody the man who faces risk with calm power. So don't flinch. Don't be thrown off by her distance. Be the man who steadies the ship while her waves rise and fall. That is what makes her trust you. That is what makes her stay. 6. The hidden test behind her distance. When a woman pulls away, you must understand the deeper truth. Her distance is rarely random. Her silence is rarely without meaning. Her withdrawal is rarely about weakness in her. It is about strength in you. This is not punishment, not rejection, but a hidden test. A test of your foundation, a test of your presence, a test of your mastery over yourself. Men stumble here because they panic, because they beg, because they chase, or because they punish. And every one of those reactions is weakness dressed as emotion. Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. That is the essence of Stoic principles, the essence of being unshakable in the face of uncertainty. When she pulls back, she is not asking for you to crumble. She is asking, without words, if you can stand solid when the ground shifts. Do you send desperate texts, grasping for validation fail? Do you turn cold, distant, and vengeful, pretending you do not care? Fail. Do you collapse under the weight of confusion, spiraling into self-doubt? Fail. The hidden test behind her distance is this: she is measuring whether you are still grounded, whether your core is still intact, whether you are master of yourself or slave to your emotions. Seneca wrote, "If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it." That is the heart of Stoic strength. You must not give external events the power to shake your foundation. Modern life is filled with noise, with distraction, with people who demand reactions, and women, whether they realize it or not, use distance as a mirror, to see if the man they choose is steady or fragile. You must not panic. You must not collapse. You must not rage. You must be still. You must be calm. You must be patient. You must embody Stoic principles in action, not theory. A calm, steady response such as, "I'll give you space. Let me know when you're ready," is not weakness. It is strength. It is not indifference. It is confidence. It is not surrender. It is leadership. Do not confuse silence with loss. Do not confuse distance with rejection. Do not confuse her test with your failure. She pulls away because she wants to know if you can handle her storms without sinking. She wants to know if you are the eye of the hurricane, calm while everything around you spins. She wants to know if you can lead not just when she smiles at you, but when she doubts you. Epictetus said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." This is the real exam. Her pulling away is life asking you, are you free or are you a slave to impulse? If you respond with fear, you fail. If you respond with bitterness, you fail. If you respond with balance, patience, composure, you win. And winning here is not about keeping her. Winning here is about proving to yourself that you can master life itself. Because the same principle applies to business, to money, to health, to chaos in the world. Don't let a text, or lack of one, steal your power. Don't let silence rob you of clarity. Don't let her test expose your weakness. Let it reveal your strength. The modern Stoic man does not beg. He does not punish. He does not fold. He holds. He waits. He breathes. He stays centered, and from that center he radiates certainty. He radiates security. He radiates the kind of presence that women respect and follow. The hidden test is not about her at all. It is about you. And you must pass, not for her, but for yourself. In a world that constantly pulls at your attention, constantly tests your patience, constantly tries to provoke a reaction, the man who can remain unmoved, unshaken, unbroken, that man wins. That is victory. That is mastery. That is Stoicism lived, not preached. Let her push, let her pull, let her test. Stand firm, don't chase, don't rage, don't collapse. Be the mountain, be the anchor, be the man who cannot be moved. That is what she wants most, even when she pushes you away. That is what life demands of you, and that is who you must become. If you've made it this far, you've unlocked a powerful truth that most men never grasp. Women test us, not out of malice, but to measure our emotional strength and security. The key is staying grounded, patient, and confident when she pulls away. Now it's your turn. Comment below, "I am emotionally grounded and ready to handle her complexity." Let's see how many of you are truly ready to lead with strength. 7. What men must do when she pulls away. When a woman starts to pull away, most men do the one thing guaranteed to make it worse. They panic. They feel the subtle shift in her energy, and instead of standing tall, they scramble. They send long texts, beg for answers, over-explain, over-apologize, and suffocate the space she has created. Don't do that. Desperation kills attraction. What she needs in that moment isn't your frantic effort to reel her back, but your calm refusal to chase. You must understand this when she pulls back. It isn't always the end. Sometimes she's testing your strength. Sometimes she's reevaluating her feelings. Sometimes she simply needs silence to process. That is why your response matters more than her distance. Don't chase her. Don't flood her phone. Don't bribe her with gifts. By not chasing, you create the very air she needs to remember your presence. You let her miss you. You let her come back on her own terms. That is the blessing of Stoicism. Holding your ground with quiet strength while the storm passes. Stay rooted in your own life. Don't put everything on pause for her absence. Be a man with work, with passion, with friends, with sweat dripping in the gym and laughter echoing at dinner tables. A woman wants a man whose life is already full, not one who falls apart the moment she steps back. Be that man. Be the modern Stoic who thrives in solitude, who doesn't crumble when love tests him, who understands that power lies in self-command. That is what makes you magnetic. That is what draws her back. Stay calm and consistent. If she takes hours to reply, don't play the petty game of mirroring her silence. Don't send angry texts. Don't sulk. Don't prove her doubts right. Respond naturally when you're free. Be steady. Be unshaken. Women crave steadiness because steadiness means strength. This is Stoicism in motion. No overreaction, no false drama, just quiet assurance. The old Stoic philosophers knew it, and men today forget it. He who controls himself controls everything. Set boundaries, not with threats, not with ultimatums, but with clarity. If her distance turns into disrespect, speak your truth calmly. I want consistency. If you're unsure, that's okay, but I will not wait forever. That is not weakness, it's strength. You are not begging, you are not clinging. You are showing her that your time and energy are valuable. Boundaries are not walls. They are gates that decide who may enter and who must leave. And a woman feels it deeply when a man has the backbone to enforce them. Above all, be willing to walk away, not with anger, not with spite, but with quiet, steady confidence. When a woman senses that you are strong enough to let her go, paradoxically, that is when she feels most drawn back. Attraction is not destroyed by distance. It is destroyed by your reaction to it. Don't chase. Don't beg. Be still. Be strong. Be the man who embodies the blessing of Stoicism. Because when she pulls away, what she wants most, though she may never admit it, is to feel the gravity of a man who does not lose himself in fear, but who stands unshaken, like the old Stoic, calm in the face of storms, magnetic in the silence, irresistible in his power. 8. The feeling of losing freedom in a relationship. When a woman begins to feel that a relationship is becoming too clingy or progressing too quickly, she might experience a sense of loss regarding her personal space and freedom. This can be a major reason why she may pull away or create distance in the relationship, even though her feelings for you are still strong. This doesn't mean she doesn't want you, but rather that she needs to maintain her independence and not feel trapped in the relationship. A woman may feel that as the relationship deepens, she risks losing her autonomy in life, such as participating in personal activities, pursuing her career, or maintaining relationships with friends and family. If the relationship becomes too centered on the two of you, she may start to worry that she is losing important aspects of herself. This is why, as the relationship becomes more serious, she may retreat, even if it's just temporarily, to restore a balance in her life. This fear of losing freedom often stems from past experiences or a deep-seated belief that no one, even a romantic partner, should have the power to control or dominate all aspects of her life. For women who value their independence, protecting this freedom is crucial to their identity. They don't want to feel like the relationship is dictating everything. And so, when the connection becomes stronger, they may instinctively pull back. However, the issue is not a lack of love or care for you, but a feeling of losing control and personal space. When she pulls away, what she truly needs is some time to reflect on the relationship and to regain a sense of balance between love and other parts of her life. This doesn't mean she wants to end things, but rather that she needs time to reestablish her sense of independence while still maintaining the relationship. How to handle this situation? 1. Respect her space. Don't push or pressure her to come back right away. If you sense she needs space, give it to her without making her feel abandoned or neglected. By giving her the space she needs to reestablish her freedom, you will help the relationship grow stronger. 2. Assert your own freedom. While she is taking time for herself, make sure you continue with your own life, pursuing your interests, career, and friendships. This not only helps you avoid feeling trapped, but it also shows her that you have a rich and independent life of your own. 3. Provide emotional safety without control. She will feel more comfortable knowing that you respect her need for space, but also that you are there for her when she needs you. A strong relationship is one where both people can exist independently, but still remain connected. 4. Wait without overreacting. Don't let the time she takes to reflect or reset cause you to feel insecure or panicked. When you show patience, it demonstrates that you are emotionally grounded and unaffected by the shifts in the relationship. 5. Give her the space she needs. Sometimes, she may not explicitly say that she needs space. Pay attention to her subtle cues and respect her need for distance without feeling resentful or demanding. If you can sense when she needs space and allow her to take it, the relationship will be healthier in the long run. In conclusion, the feeling of losing freedom in a relationship is a significant factor for many women. The key to understanding this is recognizing that when she pulls away, it's not necessarily a sign of rejection, but rather her way of protecting herself and finding balance. A relationship will grow stronger when you can respect and understand her need for personal space, allowing her to feel independent while still maintaining the connection between you two. And that's the real test, my friend. Remember, when she steps back, it's not always rejection. It's often a test of your strength, your calm, and your ability to stand firm in who you are. The biggest mistake most men make is chasing harder, panicking, or trying to fix something that isn't even broken. But the truth is simple: if you stay grounded, steady, and composed, you'll earn her respect, and with respect, attraction only grows stronger. So here's my advice to you: don't fear the space. Use it to prove, not to her, but to yourself, that you won't lose your center just because she pulls away. Hold your ground, stay calm, and watch how the dynamic shifts back in your favor. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Stay strong, stay disciplined, and as always, keep walking the modern Stoic path. I'll see you in the next one.